Under REACH, zero pollution means to minimize any emissions over the whole life cycle of the substances. And this is because for PMT, VPVM substances, there is no safe exposure in the environment. I'm working since 2009 on the development and justification of the PMT VPVM criteria under REACH, and I also supported the implementation of the new hazard classes under CLP. From the project ZeroPM, I'm hoping to receive information on specific substances or groups of substances which would support the regulatory options and the risk mitigation measures by industry to reduce emissions into the environment.
Zero pollution means to me, to start with the regulatory context. It is an action from the EU, an EU scale action. I think it was 2021, but similar regulatory actions are also in a UN level to try to minimize emissions from harmful chemicals as well as reduce the risks to human health, to the environment, even to society from harmful man-made chemicals. So this is what first comes in mind, but behind that for me as a scientist, as a regulatory scientist, it is the realization that such chemicals that have been produced and used for many, many years have been accumulating for many decades. They have caused irreversible long-term effects to all this, to human health and environment, and there is a need to minimize, if not an outright ban of these chemicals, as previous experience has shown with POPs, with PCBs, that minimization of emissions might not be enough. And the last statement would be a more societal one, you know, that our planet is of not of indefinite resources, and the world that we want to give to our children needs to be as void of dangerous chemicals as possible. If I am to link my work with the goals of the project ZeroPM, I'm a regulatory scientist, I'm a regulatory ecotoxicologist working for the European Chemicals Agency, which is the main regulatory body that will deal in the future with such substances, with persistent, mobile, and potentially also toxic substances. So you can see already some overlaps because the goals, I believe, of the project and the goals of my agency, myself as a person who will be working with such chemicals in a regulatory context, I think they are overlapping. There are lots of synergies, you know, both from the prevention point of view, where policy as well as science is coming together to try to prevent exposure, prevent you know, pollution with such chemicals, but also from the prioritization point of view. This is a very important thing, that what the project is delivering within prioritization of harmful substances, and my work is very closely attached. And at the end of the day, we are, both the project and my work is about managing persistent and mobile substances. So these, I think, are the interlinkages. I hope that the project delivers a list of substances that contain, you know, these dangerous properties. So prioritization that starts also from the identification or identifying such substances in the water. Also monitoring them, measuring them via different campaigns. Also the analytical side of developing analytical techniques to extract these substances from water bodies, etc. So giving the regulators basically a prioritized list of substances that provide added value in a regulatory world.
ZeroPM. Zero pollution of persistent and mobile substances. This project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme under Grant Agreement number 101036756.